let us be aware that while they preach the supremacy of the state, declare its omnipotence over individual man, and predict its eventual domination of all peoples on the earth, they are the focus of evil in the modern world.
Today marks the 40th anniversary of former President Ronald Reagan's Evil Empire speech, in which he condemned the communist Soviet Union. Fox and Friends Weekend co-host Rachel Campos-Duffy is live at the Victims of Communism Museum in our nation's capital. Rachel, good morning.
Good morning to you, Steve. Yes, I'm here at the Victims of Communism Museum, and I'm here and joined by Congressman Carlos Jimenez, María Salazar, both from the state of Florida. Congressman, you were on the island. You left as a child. This is the 40-year anniversary of that amazing speech that we're still talking about, where he called out the evil empire. What does it mean to you when you think about what he said? What does it mean for people like you?
Well, I mean, what I remember is that people didn't want him to say that.
They didn't.
They didn't want him to call out the Soviet Union for what it was. And there's parallels to today, because people are saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing the same thing with the Communist Chinese Party. But yeah, we need the spirit of Ronald Reagan today, because we need to confront what I believe is even a greater challenge, which is the Communist Party of China.
Absolutely, yeah. And it is the most revolutionary thing to tell the truth. Today, people are trying to make us say so many things we know aren't true, even right here in America. The ideology, the communist ideology, is also a godless ideology. And in that speech, Ronald Reagan talked about praying for the victims of communism, but also saying, if we're not governed by God, he said in that speech, we'll be governed by tyrants.
Well, and that's what really happened. Fidel Castro's constitution, the first thing that they scratched was religion, and they say that they were going to be an atheist state. So, but you know, the main concern here is that our children believe that socialism, which is the precursor of communism, is good. 33% of the Gen Z, 33% believe that socialism is pretty good. It's better than the manifesto written by Karl Marx is better than the Declaration of Independence written by Thomas Jefferson.
Which is why you introduced a resolution to call out the horrors.
Right here, the resolution that I introduced, and half of the Democratic caucus, our friends on the other side, half of them voted against it. So that means this has nothing, socialism has nothing to do with political parties, Dems, Republicans, Independents. It has to do with an ideology that is penetrating our civil society, and that we represent those people that still believe and that know, they feel it on their skin what that is every single day, still today.
Yeah, so this resolution calls out the horrors of socialism. We know 100 million people have died because of the horrors and brutality of communism. What worries you about this generation? Because there's a blackout on textbooks.
Well, I think that what worries me about this generation is that they're being fed this stuff in our educational system.
Yes.
Okay, and so we need to, weed that out and then show them that this is wrong. So look, the socialists have done a really good job in penetrating our educational system and combating free speech, trying to censor, and that's a hallmark of the communist regimes. They want everybody to think the same way, say the same things, and again, I'm completely 100% against it. You can see over 100 million people have died in the last century because of the evils of communism. Last thing I want is for my children or my grandchildren to live under such a system.
Look at DeSantis. He's done such a great job in trying to weed that out. And that's why I'm introducing at the federal level the Crucial Communism Teaching Act. So we have material for our high schoolers to learn the horrors.
And that's what this museum is about. Bring your children to this museum.
Yes.
There's curriculum for your schools, and they also provide, firsthand victims who, they still exist today. People are still being brutalized.
We represent them.
Exactly. Yes. So great having you.
Sure.
40 years since Reagan. We miss him. I hear in the speech, and we still miss Reagan.
Where are the Reagans of this era, huh?
There are many out there. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Steve. Right back to you.
Thank you very much, Rachel.